So I have Jack. What is your last name?
Logan, sir. Logan. Jack Logan.
MC duties again this year. How'd you get roped into that other than Joanne called you?
Yeah, exactly. By winner of default. Somebody didn't show up last year, and I got drop kicked into the 4A. Yeah. And you know what, Bruce? I love to give back to Joanne. Yeah. She gives her heart and soul, as does Laura, for the Trucking for a Cure. And anything and everything we can do to help her. There she is right now with a big smile on her face. Anything and everything we can do to help her, we're here 110%.
Well, that's great. So do you have anybody that what's your involvement with cancer? Do you have anybody, or is it just friends with Joanne?
Bruce, I'll tell you what, it affects every one of us. Breast cancer, every that dreaded C word is all over the world. It affects every single one of us. Yeah. I have a niece that is a survivor. I have a cousin that is a survivor. We've lost many of my family to the Big C. We are here to help and sponsor and promote in any way, in every way we can. Yeah. And let's see if we can't stamp out breast cancer and all cancer one truck at a time.
We need to drive it out one truck at a time. That's what we're doing.
That's our plan, Bruce. That's our plan. One truck at a time.
So let's talk about what do you do for a living? Because we're going to talk about your equipment in a minute. But what do you do? What's your job? Have you been a driver for a long time?
Yes, I started driving in 1978. Now I'm kind of dating myself here.
Okay, I started in '81, buddy. I know all about it.
The eyes say it all. Okay. 1978, I hit the road. I was 15. And I've been gearing and steering ever since.
Wow.
Love every bit of it. I've kind of pulled back now. I'm kind of on the exit plan. Yeah. I don't want to say retired, but you know what I mean? I'm living easy right now. The trucking world got me into the movie industry.
Okay.
And now I work in the film industry as a transport coordinator. Oh. I'm a driver with loud and proud, our IATSE 873.
There you go.
We're part of the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees.
Okay.
Probably the biggest union in North America for stagehands and technicians in the business. I got into the transportation business with them, moving trucks from one location to the next.
I was going to say, how do you get into that world? Because it's not a world that everybody gets into really easy. Right?
No, I like to pardon the pun, but I like to say it's tighter than a duck's butt to get in there. But we found a friend that was in. And he gave us a pat on the back and held our hand and brought us through, and here we are.
And do you have to be part of the union, like the actors have their Actors Guild, and do you have to be part of that film union, whatever that is? For you guys?
Yes, that's our IATSE 873. Yeah. We're the technicians that are behind the scenes. You don't see us. It's like a fine-groomed orchestra. Yeah. We have 14 different departments: hair and makeup, craft service, construction, grips and electrics, and all that stuff. And together, we all come together and make the production what it is.
Well, I've always found that fascinating. I've interviewed people who have hauled T-shirts. I know I've got a lot of friends who are musicians. Always wanted to be the rock band guy to move their equipment around and all that. Never got into it just because it never happened. But it's got to be an interesting world. Have you met any famous actors?
Oh yeah, absolutely, pal. Absolutely, yes. Many, many, many. Harrison Ford is a really good friend of mine still today.
Oh, nice.
We worked with him a long time ago on a show called K-19, The Widowmaker, and I was his driver, and H and I are still good friends today. Very, very, it's like, I like to refer to it as a box of granola. What isn't fruits or flakes is nuts, and I fit right in.
Well, I'm glad you're driving. I've seen his driving skills. We'll leave the planes out of it. I'm glad you're driving.
He phoned me the other day and asked me if I wanted to come for a ride out to Jackson Hole. I said, I'll take my motorcycle. I'll see you on the hill. You can take the plane.
That's cool. Let's talk about this cool equipment you got. Let's talk about the truck first. So tell us about your truck.